I'll kiss your boots if you can do it. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man. You're gonna be mine. Woo!
Tuned in to the best, and that's no other than G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. Now, Keith, one time, two time, or no time Thurman, whichever you want to call him, he just came back to the States via his social media, and it's amazing how your stock can fall so quick. Keith Thurman at one point had the WBA and the WBC welterweight championship of the world. At one point, he was considered the top welterweight in the world. He was considered one of the bright stars in boxing. Intelligent, well-spoken, power puncher, can box, nice resume. One of the future, ambassadors of boxing. One of the guys that was going to carry the torch. One of the young guys. And now when we think of Keith Thurman, we think of injuries, a lot of back talking, a lot of side talking. Kind of talks as if he's Floyd Mayweather. He's really about himself. This Keith Thurman doesn't talk like the up and coming, hungry Keith Thurman. Talks more about his personal life and him getting married and all of that versus what he's trying to do as a fighter. Now, with all that being said, Keith Thurman is still one of my favorite fighters. I think he is the only person at welterweight that would be a 50-50 fight with Earl Spence. If Keith Thurman was on top of his game, I would actually say that Keith Thurman would be a favorite over Earl Spence. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now. That's not the case right now, and it's sad to see. It's sad to see. Like he looks like a retired fighter. He's had multiple injuries, and when you're a veteran and you get older, that's when you start just having injuries on top of injuries, and it's your body telling you it's time to retire. Keith Thurman has had numerous injuries. Keith Thurman talks like he's a retired fighter. Like, he talks more about his marriage and his outside hobbies than he does boxing. And listen, I know boxers are not robots. I know that. They are human beings. They do have a life outside of boxing. But Keith Thurman, he really doesn't talk about boxing at all. Like, he doesn't talk about boxing at all. The only thing that he talks about is when he comes back, he wants a tune-up. That's it. Anything outside of that, he's talking about something other than boxing. And again, I'm not knocking it in the sense of you have to have your own life and your own individuality outside of boxing. But this is the reason why people are looking at Keith Thurman the way they're looking at him. And he acts like a retired fighter because the old Keith Thurman used to call everybody out. You better not duck me, son. That Keith Thurman used to call everybody out. Absolutely everybody, from Floyd Mayweather to all of the top welterweights. Anybody that was ahead of him in his career, he was calling them out because he wanted that smoke. But Keith Thurman doesn't talk like that, and he doesn't act like that anymore. Now, it's rumored he'll be back later on this year, 2018. We'll see if that happens. And I always like to quote my prior videos, because a lot of times people say things and they don't like to do no fact checking. You can go on my channel and you can look, I think it was the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. I had a video up that said that Keith Thurman was only going to fight once in 2018. And I had a couple of different reasons for it. It's already July and he hasn't fought yet. So my prediction is like right on target. I think it was an over and under video for Keith Thurman. And then I did another video after that saying that Keith Thurman was only going to fight once in 2018. Will Keith Thurman ever get back to where he was? And that's the top welterweight in the world? I don't know. He just seems like a fighter that is happy and content with the success that he's had in his career. Y'all know me, I don't like to count the next man pockets, but he's made a couple dollars, and he seems like the type of guy that invests his money well. He doesn't seem like the guy that just spends money on frivolous things and doesn't have the money working for him. And it just seems like he's just happy with life, period. This is Keith Thurman after the success. And I forgot who it was, but it was somebody, one of these sports shows. Matter of fact, they was talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was a great quote. And the guy said, "It's hard to eat when you full. It's hard to be hungry when you full." And Keith Thurman is acting exactly like that, like a fighter that's full. He's not hungry anymore. And the old Keith Thurman compared to the new Keith Thurman, I guess the best way for me to explain it is really, you take a rapper, right? You take a rapper, 9 times out of 10, their first album is just hood, gutter. You know what I'm saying? And it's like down to the essence. There's no commercial, there's no pop involved with it. It's just straight, raw, street, gutter. Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. You take 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. Who else? You take Nas' first album, and then you flip it to them having success. Then Jay-Z will drop let's say a Kingdom Come. Like Kingdom Come was more pop, more commercial. It was nowhere near the feel of Reasonable Doubt. And that was Jay-Z, the success story, which was basically Kingdom Come, and Jay-Z, the hustler, the guy that's on his grind, that's on the come up, that's hungry, in Reasonable Doubt. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. Raw, street, gutter. And then you had 50 Cent, the success story. And he dropped albums that were strictly mainstream, pop, not street, not gutter. It was money moves. That's the best way for me to explain what's going on with Keith Thurman right now. Like, the old Keith Thurman was the Reasonable Doubt Keith Thurman. And the Keith Thurman now is more of the Kingdom Come, Blueprint 2 type Keith Thurman, if you get what I'm saying. Now, me personally, as a fan, I hope Keith Thurman comes back. I hope he gets his tune-up that he's looking for, and I hope he gets the big-time fights, because the big-time fights are out there. You know, Terrence Crawford is out there. Earl Spence Jr. is out there. Manny Pacquiao not being on Top Rank anymore. Manny Pacquiao is out there. Amir Khan in the UK, that's out there. Kell Brook, it's out there. He can even go up to 154 if he wants and fight guys at 154. Keith Thurman used to fight at 154 for a fight or two. The fights are out there for Keith Thurman, for him to continue his success as a fighter. When Keith Thurman is on, he's one of the best fighters in the world. Point blank, period. And everybody is on the Earl Spence hype train. I'm not gonna lie, I'm on the Earl Spence hype train as well. But when Keith Thurman is on his game, Keith Thurman has the tools to beat Earl Spence Jr. The question is, will Keith Thurman still be hungry and still be trying to eat, even though it seems like in his boxing career and in his life, he's full? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.